Hi everyone, today's lesson is about gradient. So for this question we have to state whether the gradients are positive, negative, zero or undefined, and then where possible find the gradients. Let's begin with the first one. So in the first one here I can see the line as I read from left to right on the page. The line is rising. I'm going to pick 2 points on the graph. I'll pick that point there and I might pick that point there. Those would be simple to work with. Now that would be to get from this first point, I would have to move forwards by 2 spaces, and then I would move upwards by 2 steps. We call this, the vertical one is called the rise, the horizontal one is called the run. So for part A, the gradient, we use letter M, is the rise over the run. We have upwards, positive 2. We have a run forwards, positive 2. And so we have positive 1 for the gradient of part A. That's a positive gradient. As we move from left to right, the line is rising. Now let's look at part B. So we'll find a couple of points on part B. I might use this point here and this point here. They seem convenient. Now I'll get my red pen and we will start to do. So I start from the left. On this one, the higher point is at the left, and I move forwards. I've moved forwards by 2 grid squares, and this time I have to move downwards by 1, 2. Downwards is negative, downwards by 3. Let's do the calculation for part B. Gradient equals rise over run. The rise is the vertical line. The vertical arrow is -3. It's a bit odd to call it a rise when it's going downwards, but the negative is what indicates downwards. And the forwards is 2. So this is -1.5. That one is a negative gradient. Let's look at part C. So for part C, we have a horizontal line. I'll pick a point here, and I'll pick another point over there. Now if I get my red pen out this time well, I can move forwards, that's okay, but there's no vertical line, there's no up or down. So this was a run forwards of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a run of 6. But what's the rise in this one? So for part C here, gradient is again rise over run. Should write this every time we do a calculation. The rise was 0. There was no vertical arrow. It didn't move up or down as we moved forward. We moved forward by 6. In fact, it wouldn't have mattered how far forward we moved. Those 2 points that I drew could have been any 2 points with any distance between them, because 0 divided by 6 or 0 divided by any positive number is still 0. A horizontal line has a gradient of 0. Now for part D. I'll mark 2 points on my graph. Let's pick that point there, and let's pick that point there. I'll get my red pen out to do the rise and the run. This time there's a rise of 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's no run. There's no horizontal change between the 2 points. Let's see how this one works out for part D. Once again, M stands for gradient. Formula rise over run. Well, the rise is +4. The run, the horizontal arrow, there is no horizontal arrow. The run, now, you probably know dividing by 0 leads to all sorts of problems, and we call this undefined. There is no correct way to divide by 0 in maths. If you try that on the calculator, your calculator will tell you it's an error. So that's how we do gradient with rise over run. Thanks for watching.